Let's go!
Today I'm joined by Bobbi Law, former Rooster, premiership winner at the Knights and now at the Dragons. You also represented the Indigenous All-Stars, so thank you so much for coming on.
Wow, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited.
We know Bobbi Law, the NRLW player, and I think a big part of the game is raising the professional profile and the personal profile of the athletes involved, because I think that's what everyone needs to kind of get around. So what's your life like outside of rugby league?
My life's pretty full on outside of rugby league, if I'm honest. I do a lot of work, like my two jobs that I have, I'm very heavily involved in the Indigenous community. So my first job I do 2 days a week. I work with Indigenous communities and individuals around sort of decreasing gambling harm.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so I do that 2 days a week. And then the other 3 days a week, I work for the Illawarra Aboriginal Medical Service, and we run a 8-week program in primary schools called Healthy Deadly Kids. So, talking about different health and wellbeing topics. So that's life outside of footy. And then footy, so it's pretty full on.
Yeah. So I guess those two jobs, have a lot of a mental focus. So how's that, like balancing that kind of mindset and heaviness, I guess, throughout each of your working days, and then balancing that with rugby league?
I think it actually probably grounds me, I think, is a better way to go about it. Just because, for me, being a proud Indigenous woman, I'm very, very proud of that, and I always love where I've come from. And so I think just being able to give back to community there, I think, footy, it's awesome, but being able to use that platform and that profile to try and create a little bit of positive change, I think it's really exciting, and I love it.
So how did you start with rugby league? Tell us a bit about where your journey began.
Well, it's pretty crazy. I didn't start playing rugby league until I think it was about 21, I think, if I can count back that age properly. So 2019 was my first ever time playing rugby league. Like, growing up, I've always played touch football. I think my parents were a little bit scared of me playing contact sport, or my dad was upset that I didn't follow him down the surfing pathway. But yeah, it was just, there was a nines tournament playing for a local Newcastle club, and Caitlin Johnson was in that team, and I just remember her getting full field, like 100-meter tries, just fending people off playing nines. And from there, I was very lucky to sort of get asked to come join the CRL, I think it was, CRL country Newcastle team, playing in that New South Wales Harvey Norman competition.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and
that's crazy. This just started a couple years ago.
Yeah, I know.
Do you think it's like part of the, you said your mum was scared of that contact, and so was my mum, because I was wanting to be a bloody MMA player growing up, and she was like, no, you can't ruin your beautiful face. Do you think that that's a part of like why girls are a little bit reluctant to get into a sport like this?
I guess so, and I just think as well, growing up from the small town in Nelson Bay where I'm from, there was no rugby league, it wasn't an option for girls. And then I talked to a lot of other girls, and they were playing until they were 12. So I just think there hasn't been that access for women to play rugby league. But now you look, there's age groups in every single division now, and I think it's really cool. So I think times are changing, but I just think previously there's just been nothing for female. Yeah,
which is really tough, and I think that's what we're seeing now, a lot of pathways coming up. So I'm so excited to see where that all leads. But yeah, throwing back to junior days, was there ever was NRLW something that you imagined would happen? I know you said that it kind of all happened in 2021, but is this a career that you thought of?
Hell no. Hell no. I never thought I would ever be able to say I'm a professional athlete. Like, that was not a thing. I love touch football, but it's not in that professional space. So to step into rugby league and consider myself a professional athlete, no way I ever dreamed of that.
Yeah. And I guess it's growing rapidly now. Like, we're seeing obviously expansion kind of every so often years, or every year nearly. But are you a fan of where it's heading and how it's kind of growing now, or do you think it should be a little bit slowed down?
Ooh, this is a tough one. Yeah, I think it's so awesome that we're growing, and there's so many more opportunities for females to compete at the highest level. I think that's amazing, and I think, you know, let's go girls. But also, like, for example, last year, if you look at our Dragons team, you know, myself, Sarah and Lexi all got injured.
Yeah, right, yeah.
That's 3 players that then we had to find to fill out our NRLW squads, and it was tough. I know Sowie, he was really struggling to find people just to field a team each week. So it's a catch-22, and, you know, it's awesome for the game, but then it's also, what about our athletes as well?
Yeah, for sure. I think with the new 2 teams coming in with Warriors and Bulldogs in 2025, how do you think that will affect the NRLW?
I think it's going to be another massive shake-off again. Like we saw it last year when those 3 new teams came in. 4 new teams. So yeah, it's going to be a shake-off, and it's going to be hard because a lot of girls are locked in for those long-term contracts because we were so excited to finally not be on a 3-month contract. Heaps of girls are locked up. So I don't know, there's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of change, and who knows where this is going to go next year.
I think I had mentioned to Taylor Curtis yesterday, I was like, oh, do you think there will be a lot of player movement? And she's like, she's really worried about Bulldogs. So that's going to be one that's really interesting because it's obviously a big Sydney team. And they've got incredible pathways, but they've also got a really great club. So I'm so interested to see who goes there.
Let's wait and see,
and I don't mean this like offensively. Obviously, looking at some of the younger girls coming through now, and you know where you kind of were at that age. When you look at those girls who are now 20, 21 or even younger, and the ability that they're able to perform at, do you look at that and be like, whoa, I wish I could have been like that at that age and instead of your progression now?
Well, obviously I'm very jealous of those girls. Just, you know, they're getting into footy at such a younger age, and you can see their skills and their strength and just their athleticism. Like it's crazy. Like, yeah, so I really envy those girls, and I'm also like, don't you come for my position when you're old enough to be in our squad? So it also puts that fire in my belly to still perform and work hard, and so I'm still in the best in my position.
Yeah, no, I think that a lot of players are having that kind of mentality because there is such an impactful group of girls coming through, so that'll be very interesting to see.
We'll look at the Steelers and St. George girls, so I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, I know.
They're coming for me.
They're an incredible team, 100%. But yeah, talking about younger players, is there younger players that you're excited to see come through the Dragons?
I think Ella Costa last year for her first time in NRLW, she was so young, but sort of seeing her grow as a person on and off the field, especially at our last All-Stars camp. She was there, and just seeing her grow culturally as well. You know, she's going to have a very important role for us this year. So I'm very excited to see her. And also Lexi, I think last year we only saw a little glimpse of her and what she can bring. And I think just another year of NRLW under her belt. Yeah. Massive.
She'll be so powerful.
Massive.
Yeah. And that's Alexis Towney.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Lexi.
And if I'm not wrong, you are from Newcastle, is that right?
Yeah, so a little town, Nelson Bay, so about 45 minutes north of Newcastle.
Yeah, wow. So how was that kind of transition and moving away from your home?
Yeah, it was tough. I remember when Sowie rang me to come join the Dragons. Obviously, I was talking to Newcastle, and it was tough. You know, like we just won a premiership there. You know, my work was in Newcastle. Yeah. All my family was in Newcastle. It was always easier to like stay and just keep doing what you're doing because it was working, and you know, it was easy. Like all my mates are there, my family, like everyone. Yeah. But there was something about you know, our conversations with Sowie, and I guess sort of where I'm at in my career, like and sort of where I am in age, I guess. Just I needed something different, maybe to move away from home, sort of new environment, new challenge, and new opportunities. And you know, I don't regret coming to the Dragons. Obviously, very sad to leave Newcastle and see how successful they were again today. But I think it was more those friendships with all those girls, like Kayla Rom, you know, Higo and Yazzie. Like all those girls were massive part of my journey at Newcastle. But here I've made such good connections in the community and at the club at the Dragons, and I don't regret a thing.
Yeah, that's you know, so nice to hear. I think when you're becoming a part-time athlete or entering this environment, I think that's an element that people don't see with the athletes, that they have to kind of really shift their life to get those opportunities 100%. Because it's not everywhere and it's not full-time. And to change up your life for those few weeks, well, 10 weeks, whatever it is, it's a lot to ask. It is. And it's hard to see you guys like, you know, chopping and changing as well. Like, of course you want to stay with your clubs, and now that you've got those long-term deals, that's amazing. Yeah. So that's great.
So thank you, Dragons, for signing me till 25.
And you were talking about the Knights. So you won the comp with the Knights in the 2022 season. What was that season like with them? You mentioned the girls, but what else about that club was really good?
It was really, really cool. So the club really focused. It was something like I've never done before in footy, but we really focused on that sort of like well-being aspect. So the holistic approach to well-being, and, you know, what is a professional, and, you know, a quote that I remember our coach saying, which has been around the Newcastle team for a long time, is be the player that everyone wants to play alongside. And that's always stuck with me, and how we did that on the field, but also off the field. Like, that was a massive driver to our success at Newcastle, but also having such good girls around us. So it was a really good season. Like, everyone just got along, you know, everything was so smooth at training, and obviously that went to the field and to the grand final.
Yeah, and talking about grand final week, what was that kind of like? What was the vibe like?
Oh, that week was mental. Like, you know, obviously we had a lot of stuff to tick off with the NRL, but also a lot of in-house stuff that we had to tick off at training. It was a busy week, and it actually just flew by. And the game, like, that game just was the fastest game of football like I've ever played in my life. Like, I literally blinked and I looked up and I looked to the little corner with the little strip of Knights fans, because obviously both Parramatta teams were in the grand final that year, so there was a lot of blue and gold jerseys around, and this little strip in the corner where all our family were just in blue and red, and like, I just remember looking up with like 5 minutes to go, and I was like, oh my God, we've just won this.
So good.
We have just won this game. I was like crying. It was emotional, and it was so exciting, especially on the way home, obviously, you know, celebrating with the girls. We pulled up to the Link Road at Wallsend, and we had a police escort all the way back to the after function, where we just were met by like over 5,000 community members. It was unreal scenes, and Newcastle really got behind us, and it was crazy.
Yeah, Newcastle fans love it.
They're the best. Newcastle fans are great.
So I guess with the grand final, that was against the Eels, and are you kind of quietly happy that it was Eels and not the Roosters?
No, I think as like Eels are a great team, don't get me wrong, but also, like, if you want to be the best, you need to beat the best. And you know, I'm such a competitive person, and I just think, bring it on, everyone.
And then another important milestone, I'm guessing, would be representing the Indigenous All-Stars. So what's that kind of like for you?
That so we have a week-long camp, and that camp is just the best camp that you'll be a part of. You know, obviously you get all the girls in from different teams, but we also do a lot of stuff with the men's team as well. So we're really connected, both men and women, and also just everyone's on their cultural journeys. So I guess we get to learn about our teammates and where they come from and who they are, and I guess their identity as well. And it allows like myself to be vulnerable and really show who I am as a person on and off the field. That week, it's hard to find the words for that week, because we just do so many amazing things, you know, so many amazing things in the community, and we have so many awesome community members come in and share their stories and their journey. So it's a lot of learning, a lot of love, and a lot of passion, and that game's just the cherry on top at the end of the week. And the lead up, I think, is the best part of that week.
I mean, I grew up as a Fijian Indian, and I missed out on elements of my culture, so I couldn't imagine how impactful that is for a majority of the girls who might have been in that same situation, and to have that week of like being together and understanding each other and the culture is incredible. And I've loved seeing the Indigenous All-Stars and that week prior, and then when you guys play, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So now you're with the Dragons. How has your time been there so far?
I loved it. Obviously, last season for me was a short one, as we all know, but, you know, the club's awesome, the girls are awesome, the staff's awesome. Like, I've really enjoyed myself, and this year, you know, we're going to do things a little bit different from conversations I've had, but it's going to be for the best. And I think with some of our girls, because we were a young team, and I think everyone knew that, with another year of NRLW under their belt, I think there's going to be a lot more experience, and yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah. So big things coming for the Dragons in 2024.
I'm very excited. I remember when I came to the game with you guys as part of that VIP thing. I remember that game you guys lost, and Sally was really fired up, which was very scary to witness. But I guess, like, you know, how is he as a coach? Is he really, like, he can be intense, but he's good as well? I
love it. I've had so many other coaches before, but yeah, just to see Sowie, how passionate he is, and his care for us women. He cares about every single 24, or even our development. He cares for our whole squad, and he's very passionate. Yes, sometimes he gets fired up, but I think I always rise to it when he's fired up. Obviously, there was a few games last year we were down by a lot, and we didn't think we could come back for it, and we got the halftime spray, and we're coming back. And obviously a few things didn't go our way last year, but no, he's a great coach, and he's a great person on and off the field. So I'm very thankful for him for my career at the moment. So Sowie. Play me this year, Sowie.
I'm sure he will. So I guess, you know, your career, as you said, after footy's kind of all over, what are you hoping to have achieved during your career?
Wow, I hope I'm lucky enough to still have a few more years left in me, but obviously we don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. But at the moment, I'm actually currently studying elite athlete wellbeing. Oh, wow. So hopefully my vision would be to obviously work ideally with the Dragons, or whoever will hire me, to sort of support Indigenous pathways across the whole of the organisation, doing sort of wellbeing stuff in that space.
You'd be amazing.
Oh, I hope so, but the study at the moment is very hard.
Oh, really?
Study sucks.
It does. So I guess that's, you know, your career, but so you're saying that you wanted to do like wellbeing and things, which could be amazing, and especially for those development girls, like I think that's going to be really helpful for them. So thank you so much for answering these questions. Now we've got our fan question. So for some context, guys, we've actually got two guests sitting behind the camera. You guys can actually come up if you want.
They're my housemates, so I had to bring them along. They couldn't leave them at home.
So we've got, it's hard for them to get through, Tara McGraw West, guys. And then we've also got Shay Nathan Wong,
the housemates,
sister, and
favorite housemate.
We'll see about that.
Fight after this.
We'll see about that, because I think
who brought the children?
You did.
The oldest here. My children.
So they're going to be behind the camera. So for some of these questions, you might hear some laughs and things, but that's them.
I don't know why I'm like sweating. I don't know.
You'll be fine. So we'll do some fan questions. So and I'm sorry if I pronounce any of these names wrong or usernames. From RL Tiger Ball. Why do you have the coolest name out of anyone in the NRLW? Which is really like Bobbi Law. I guess is like pretty like professional.
I've had so many. One of my good mates, Maya, she's always like, I think your name sounds like a superhero name. Hey,
I can see that.
Well, it's actually a really funny backstory. So my mum's pop, his name was Bob. And he passed away just before I was born. So I think boy or girl, I was always going to be Bobbi.
Yeah.
And I think my sister actually has a cooler name. My two sisters. So my middle sister, her name's Charlie.
Cool.
And then the youngest is Andy.
Andy.
Yeah.
And that's a girl.
Yeah, all girls.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think
boy names for.
Yeah. So
Cool.
I know.
A little trend there.
A little trend there.
And
I think my parents wanted boys. So
Yeah.
just side note.
Kind of obvious.
I
And you said superhero. So if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
know. Ooh. I think I would like to read people's minds, even though it's probably a curse at the same time.
True.
But I'm always just curious to see what people are thinking. So I reckon I'm going to go with that.
Okay, cool. Paulie something, and it actually is Paulie something. Do you have a nickname?
Yes, I can't. Oh,
What is it?
So I used to work with Paulie. So Paulie, thank you very much. So all my family and everyone close to me, they call me Big Nug.
What? Big Nug?
I know.
Why?
I don't know. They
You
just
eat a lot of nuggets.
I do love a nugget.
Yeah.
Macca's nuggets preferably.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just something that they've called me and it's stuck.
Big
so
Nug. That's such a unique.
I know. Is it like
No.
offensive to myself? Like,
I don't know.
so everyone's jerks.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Big Nug.
Okay, very
Yeah.
interesting. From Steel City Performance, this one's kind of like a little serious one. What's a typical game day like or pre-game routine look like?
Ooh, I'm a little bit of a weirdo. So game day, obviously we'll go for our team walk. I'll try not to have a coffee, to be honest.
Yeah. Me drinking coffee.
I know, I love coffee, but
Yeah.
game day, I don't want to poo my pants.
that's awful
That's like
if that happens.
worst fear.
Yeah.
But yeah, go for our team walk, and then like I sort of become a little bit of a hermit. Like I'll just probably sit in my room, you know, play Candy Crush or watch a bit of TikTok, or but yeah, just sort of keep to myself and really try and zone in. But yeah, and then on the bus, just by myself, and then in the change room, I don't know why, but like I feel like I need to have like 20 cups of Powerade.
Really?
Yeah, and then I'm like peeing
Ready?
I'm peeing like every 20 minutes. I'm like, this is so dumb, but I just need
you should
it.
do that. Wow. Okay, and then I guess, you know, I played soccer growing up, and only at NPL level, which is the league below, like the A League and stuff, whatever. But I always like felt incredible nerves every single game, and I'm sure, like, is there a point that you don't get those nerves, or?
I think I always have nerves, but I don't think they're nerves. I think they're like more excitement.
Ready. Adrenaline, yeah.
But I definitely remember early on, I was a mess.
Yeah.
Like I was shaking in my boots. But I think now, like a few years under my belt and sort of played in sort of big games, I think that, yeah, it's more excitement and just ready to get out there. But yeah, try and stay very focused.
Yeah.
Try.
So, some questions from the two people behind the camera.
Here we go.
From Shay Nathan Wong, who is your favourite housemate and why is it me?
I don't think I can answer this question. I still want to live in my house when I get home, especially because I'm away this weekend. I need my room to still be nice and tidy and not shit everywhere. So I'm not answering, sorry.
And then, okay, Shay does ask one later on, but we'll go to... Everyone wants to know stuff about your living situation. Who was the better flatmate, Sophie or Tyler?
Oh, who asked this question?
Who was that? I don't think I wrote it down. I don't know. You are.
Probably Tyler, to be honest.
Yeah. Did you ask that, Tyler?
Tyler.
Oh yeah.
It's Tyler.
Did you
How
ask
would
that,
I know?
Tyler? Yeah.
What's with the Nathan Wong Kings? Want to know if they're the better housemates? Am I allowed to say?
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to say Tyler because she was my little bestie in the house. Sophie was a little hermit crab last year, so I didn't see her. So Tyler, you're welcome.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'm going to go Tyler's partner Tofu because he made the best dinner ever for us.
Really?
So yeah,
Yum.
I'm going to say he was my favourite housemate. So
Making
sorry.
dinner. Yeah, that wins 100%. What about Kayla Rumble?
Here we go.
She asked who is your mate best, but I think she meant to say who is your best mate, but I could be wrong.
How did she say it?
Who is your mate best?
Who is my mate best? That is terrible and
Illiterate.
very bad. I'm going to say Rom because she is a legend. We just went to the Philippines together. And it was
that's right.
for my mum's 60th and it was mental.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's She's a great one. She's obviously very crazy and leads me astray, but then also is just a really good human. So shout out to you, Kayla Rom. You are my mate best.
Mate best.
Far out.
Do you have any funny stories of you and Kayla? And
yeah, I do, but we're gonna have to keep it PG because
super PG.
yeah, if I tell you our stories, we probably get cancelled. We wouldn't be having any more NRLW contracts. Okay. But you've heard it first. After our footy finishes, we're actually going to make a podcast of all the dumb things we've done in our life. Yeah.
Yes.
When we can't get cancelled.
Yes. No. 100%. You guys should do that. From Tara McGraw West, who's your favourite housemate?
Oh.
With like he. So I'm guessing she wants you to say her, obviously.
Just answer it.
No, because how awkward. Next question.
Gets home, has no furniture.
Yeah. All my stuff's like in the pouring rain out the front, like a curbside pickup.
Tara McGraw West asked again, who's the best cook in the house?
Oh, that's easy.
Well, you, because you're the only one that cooks.
She just wanted a little shout out.
She wants a shout out. Shout out, Tara. You're the best cook.
What's your favourite meal that she makes?
The one with the mango in it was good. I don't know why I'm doing this. The one with the rumble.
The poke bowl one or the fish tacos?
Oh, actually, sorry. I'm the best cook because I make the best fish tacos.
Who batters the fish?
Tara batters the fish, but I do all the condiments. Is that what it's called? I do all the good condiments.
Right.
Can you please explain what the condiments are?
Yes.
Mango.
Packet coleslaw.
Packet cold slaw.
Yeah.
Mango, cucumber, onion, coriander, a little bit of chili in there. Yeah. Lime. Gotta have the lime. Koopy mayo. That's a must. I'm obsessed.
I love that.
Everything.
Really?
Everything.
I'm a tomato sauce girl on everything.
Koopy mayo.
Wow.
So bad.
Oh my
so
God.
bad. And yeah, fish, obviously.
Okay. So next time you guys are in the studio, maybe we'll have like
fish
a cooking
tacos,
session and fish tacos.
Cooking with Bobbi.
I've never had that before in my life.
That could be a good little segment.
Yeah, it could.
Good.
Yeah, right. I'll try that. And do you guys have that on game day or?
Oh, hell no.
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 Just for dinners during the week. Yeah. Okay. And final question. Tara McGraw West would like to know if you fold or scrunch.
That is weird, first of all, that you want to know, and weird now that I'm going to tell everyone. But obviously clean snap only, so you don't need it. No, I'm totally kidding. Scrunch. You gotta scrunch.
That's the only way to do it.
100%.
No, guys, that's so weird. Why you're already in there for so long.
You're like, you just
and then
get it and just wipe and then out you go.
Yeah, exactly.
How many bits of toilet paper do you use?
Oh, a lot.
We've actually gone through a few rolls in ours.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to know.
It's a really...
Me and Shay. Yeah, 2 to 1. Shay and I, we share a bathroom and Tara has her own, so.
What? Lucky you.
No.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. No, scrunching is the way to go.
100%, I reckon. It's weird if you don't.
Put the poll up.
Yeah, we should do. I'll do that actually.
They're going to be like, what is this podcast about?
Well, that's what's going to get the views, so I'm excited for that. And now, I guess, obviously all the questions are done, but looking forward, State of Origin, who are you backing?
Yes.
And one try scorer.
Oh, obviously proud New South Wales person, so obviously I'm going to back those guys. I'm going to do a little like sneaky one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Liv Higgins for a little try.
I'm so excited for her.
I can't wait. You know, she's been
incredible.
playing awesome, and I'm very excited. She's finally got her opportunity. So
Yes.
here you go. Don't let me down. So,
No, I could see that happening.
yeah, a little scoop from 9 under the sticks.
And I'm so excited for her because she's extremely underrated in my opinion. She's like won 3 premierships already and never been looked at really for New South Wales, and now she has, and I'm so excited for that. But yeah, and thank you so much for coming on, having this chat, and our 2 special guests.
For watching us the whole time.
And yeah, it'll be up soon. So
Thanks for having me. I've loved every minute of it.
Thank you. All right, bye guys.
Bye.